Alright guys, we are once again here in Cities Skylines in Centerburg County, and today we have another city council meeting episode. This episode, we will not leave this view right here. So, if you want to hear all the lore, sit and listen. If not, call it a day. Also, if you look to your left, you'll see your neighborhood old man walking in the air. Alright, so it's a lot. This is going to be for the second year updates. So here we go. First, AHN and HDCA, or Hilton Dutchess Community Ambulance, are having a disagreement. They're stepping on each other's toes. AHN is recognized as... Okay. Let me do that again. Hilton Dutchess Community Ambulance has begun taking calls for service as an emergency medical system. Remember, before we only really had AHN. Without a dispatching system, because the county, we do not have a dispatch yet, ambulance services receive a call query on a CAD system, like in their ambulances, and they have to manually self-dispatch themselves. AHN ambulances continue to take calls in the Ellis Mills area, but when they show up, HDCA is either already on scene or following them in. So AHN is arguing that though HDCA came first as when it was a clinic, they are the second place and second tier ambulance and medical center. HDCA argues they are the third service agency and have priority. For anybody who doesn't know, third service is usually when it comes to a city, you have the fire department and then you have the police department. So there's the police department, which is the first service. Fire and EMS usually is one big thing, so they're a second service. And then some places they have a third service, which is where they have an ambulance agency, a government ambulance agency, which they it's a third service. It's not attached to the fire department. But they both plan to bring that up. So both the county and Mayor Peretti recognize that AHN is the superior ambulance service and medical center, as they are a big hospital. They are a nonprofit. I actually did do my research on AHN hospitals. They're actually pretty nice. So yeah, and then HDCA is shot down from the self-proclaimed third service comment, and now they're seen as a secondary or backup service, and is only allowed to basic life support calls, transfers, and overflow. So when AHN needs help, that's when they'll call HDCA. But other than that, HDCA is not allowed to take a lot of those calls. With that, the Centerburg County Sheriff's Office is going to provide countywide dispatch. So now nobody will have to dispatch themselves. They will have somebody to dispatch them away. Alright, those sirens are in my ear real loud. Now, Hilton Volunteer Hose Company. Chief Elrod has come up, and with the rise of fires and car accidents and the lack of funding and equipment, Hilton Volunteer Hose Company is requesting that the Centerburg County Industrial Volunteer Fire Company provides mutual aid. For anybody who doesn't know, again, mutual aid is basically where either another fire department needs some type of help. Commonly they need some type of help, so there's another fire department from another district or another area or whatever that will come in and basically be helping hands to them. So they want CCIVFC to basically be that for them. The county fire commissioner agrees that HVFC does need mutual aid to safely serve the city, because the city is growing. HVFC is not a city fire department. They are a private, I guess you could say they're public, but they're private. They are a private fire company. the CCIVFC actually agrees to serve as a mutual aid department and to open a new station in downtown Grover. So they're actually going to move the station that we moved and we put it into that forestry area. They're actually going to move it just over the bridge. Chief Elrod requests that the CCIVFC purchase ladders because remember CCIVFC is a county fire service. They're not paid, they're still volunteer, but they are, federal funds, I guess you would say, or state funds, whatever. But they are requesting that they purchase ladder trucks to serve the Grover and Dutchess area because now we have taller buildings and the Hilton Volunteer Host Company does not have ladders and they do not have the funds to purchase ladders. So CCIVFC actually agrees and takes over fire service for the city of Kent. So now the city of Kent will be completely served by CCIVFC. And that ends the fire department side. Onto our third topic, I guess. An issue in policing. Mayor Wally addresses lack of proactive policing, especially within public housing areas. Chief Nancy Hart of the Hilton Dutchess Police Department explains that HDPD doesn't have enough patrol cars, manpower, or fuel money to keep officers on the road. Mayor Wally asks why the sheriff's office hasn't picked it up. Chief Deputy Ramon Vasquez, who is currently the acting sheriff because we haven't elected a sheriff, states that the sheriff's office is more focused toward highway and traffic enforcement along with the city hall, the county courthouse, and warrant service within the county. Mayor Wally accuses Deputy Vasquez of not caring about the community. Mayor Peretti shuts down Mayor Wally but allows Deputy Vasquez to respond. Deputy Vasquez responds saying that city service is not the sheriff's office's responsibility or priority. Due to HDPD being established first, Hilton nor Dutchess have a service contract with deputies to perform city policing services. He says once CCSO has adequate funding, a service contract, and more deputies, his department will focus on city. That's when he will focus on city services. But he recommends that they contact state police for local assistance. Mayor Peretti says that both departments have his full support and the city of Dutchess would provide a higher budget to HDPD along with a planning team for purchasing new vehicles and equipment. Mayor Wally waves it on and also requests for state police assistance within the city. Though the state police commissioner isn't present at this meeting, the attorney general states that she sees no issue with it. And that closes that argument when it comes to law enforcement. The fourth topic is more education, and that is on elementary. City Director of Education Darnell Riley, he is now the Director of Education, and he seats the Board of Education for the city. He sees growing concerns that all three city elementary schools are full. All three of the city elementary schools, including the community school, are full, leaving a handful of students not having a school at all. Mayor Wally and Mayor Peretti agree to put education first and plan to raise funding, giving land, and approve of needed new schools. Mayor Peretti also mentions that his church has purchased land and is planning to build a private academy, which will help with education coverage. So that will be pretty good. And since it's academy, it'll cover K through 12. Next is more education again, but this one is on the side of colleges. The Board of Education Director Darnell Riley proposes the idea to organize a community or technical school which would offer higher education and additional funds to the Board of Education. Both Mayors Wally and Peretti actually agree and put the idea on the planning board. Whenever I say the planning board, that's basically them sending it to the next step where they're going to start planning to get it done within a certain period. Next, the Department of Transportation. The State Commissioner of Transportation offers the idea of a small local airport to County Executive Milligan. Milligan, interested in county attractiveness, likes the idea and puts it on his planning board. Commissioner of Transportation also puts forth the idea of a county bus service for connectivity as the county expands. She says it would almost be a requirement at some point, since we are going to be building the city of Centerburg at some point. Again, Milligan agrees, but agrees to get it completed within the first or second quarter months. The Commissioner of Transportation also states that for safety and ease of traffic flow, the state will be building a new interchange off of the secondary highway, which is the one that leads up to the city of Kent, the forestry area, and Grover. And that closes that. 6, road to the Capitol. And we have a huge fire in the background. Bottom right, see that? We will check that out here in a second. 6 is road to the Capitol. Governor Henderson acknowledges the rapid growth of the county and takes vote that it is time to plan the new Capitol complex, aka Capitol Hill. The board agrees to plan, but understands that the development of the Capitol would establish the city of Centerburg, which will be a new form of government, which means there will be a new mayor, there will be a city board, and there will be more people that we will have to throw all of our decisions through. And with that done, that concludes today's city council meeting. That lady is walking. There's actually not anything behind us, so I don't know where she's walking to, but that's okay. So while we're here, we're just going to go over here and look at this fire because we can. Okay, let's get out of that. See? And this is why we need fire service, because those are 4 trucks or 4 engines. If that is 4 engines, that means that this department has all 4 of its vehicles out. See how that is an issue? So now if there's a fire anywhere else, these 4 engines are tied up. So that goes in. So we said everything, we've gone over everything, and that concludes today's city council meeting. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we will see you guys in episode 9, where we will actually touch base on everything. But just to recap, remember, for Claim 1, AHN is seen as superior and CCSO is establishing dispatch for the county. On Claim 2, CCIVFC is now serving the city of Kent. They are providing mutual aid. They are purchasing ladders and building a Station 2. On the third account, HDPD is getting new cars, higher funds. Massachusetts State Police should be introduced into the county soon enough. And Chief of Department Vasquez, he is... Did I just mess up his name? I don't think I did, but let me just check. Yeah, Vasquez. Chief Deputy Vasquez is actually going to start running for sheriff for the new year. So that's that. On the 4th account, there are going to be 2 new elementary schools. We're going to raise funds for schooling. We're also going to build a new local college that is on the planning board, but it should be getting done soon. On the 5th basis, we are building a small airport at some point. A county bus service will be introduced, and the new interchange will be built. That's out of our control. They are going to build that, and we actually want that to ease traffic flow, because right now we only have that one and it is horribly backed up. And then on basis 6, it is time to plan our Capitol complex, and I hope you guys are ready for that. Peace out, and see you in the next one.